Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. You're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and if you've been watching every single video that I publish, like you're supposed to, like I expect you to, don't do that. It's too many videos. But anyways, if you've been staying up on the guitars that I've been covering, you might remember this Firefly and this Bad Cat guitar. Both these guitars have a lot in common, like a lot. They're very similar in a lot of ways, and one of the ways they are similar is that they both have microphonic pickups. And that's going to be the whole premise of this video, isn't it? That's the title and the thumbnail and everything. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that a lot of people have suggested over the years. And honestly, I think it's going to work. I believe it. I'm going to remove the chrome covers from these pickups to see if it solves the microphonic issue. So before I get into that, let's plug it in and see what it sounds like clean. And then I'll show off that microphonic situation. And then we'll take it apart. All right. You might remember the video of this Firefly, and really the only issue I had with it is that one of the frets was higher than the rest down here and everything was buzzing out. A few people suggested tapping it down with a hammer, and so I did just that. I tapped it down with a soft rubber mallet and a piece of softwood, and it leveled out a bit more, but I was still getting a lot of buzzing on the higher frets, so I did end up raising the action on this guitar. It's a little bit higher than I'd prefer, but it did get rid of most of the buzzing. I had no plan. I'm surprised I ended up somewhere kind of all right with that one. It sounds all right now, right? Sounds normal. But then I throw on a bit of distortion from my Wampler Ratsbane. So clearly, these are microphonic in a way that isn't pleasant when you're dealing with high gain. Some people do like a pickup that is a little bit microphonic. It adds an extra complexity to the sound. You're getting mix of your electromagnetic signal and a microphone signal picking up the strings, and it can be pleasant. It can be fun. But if you're doing high gain stuff, that's not fun feedback. I mean, there is fun feedback out in the world. If you've ever stood on a stage with an electric guitar and a loud amp behind you, and you felt the vibrations all around you in the air coming from the amps start to move the strings, and you pick one note and you just hold it and you can sustain it indefinitely and do big, crazy, irresponsible bends, you know that feedback can be fun, but that's a totally different kind of feedback than this. There's some component, whether it be this cover or a loose wind on these pickups, that is vibrating in a microphonic way, and it has nothing to do with the note you're playing. It has to do with just, this screeching, squealing like feedback loop that is happening within the guitar. Here we go. It's disassembly time. I'm just going to take all the strings off. I'm planning on restringing it anyways. If this works, I'll probably do it to the Bad Cat as well. Not in this video, but eventually. Full disclosure, for anyone that's new to this channel and isn't familiar with me, I am not a professional guitar tech. I'm not at all. There are things that I know how to do that I've come to know over the years through trial and error, but I am not trained in any sort of way. I don't pretend to be an expert looking down on the common people from a place of expertise where I can tell everyone else what to do. I'm a hobbyist that happens to have a YouTube channel. Which is why I think a lot of people like this channel, right? I'm one of you, unless you're a professional guitar tech. Let's start with the bridge. I'm hoping this will be easy. I think I've only taken the cover off a pickup once in my life. And it was because the pickup was so bonkers that I just wanted to see what was underneath, and I didn't put it back together and try to use it afterwards. I remember it being kind of a pain in the butt, but it was a really bizarrely constructed pickup, so maybe that was just, you know, a unique issue with that specific pickup. I know the covers are usually held on with solder, so I'm going to try desoldering it first. And if that doesn't work, a few people suggested just prying it off with a screwdriver. So there we go. Pretty standard looking humbucker build here. Nothing too surprising. People who care about the quality of pickups, comment down below. Say what you think about this. Lots of polishing compound dried into this route, and black paint of some sort. It might be shielding paint, it might be something else. Black dust, I guess. Is it really even paint if it comes off like that? I don't know. So let's try desoldering this. It kind of looks like if I can desolder these connections, I could just pull the top off without having to pull this out of the pickup ring. So I'm going to try that first. I was searching around for this desoldering rope that I have here. I've never had great success using it, but I figure I might as well. I also have this sucker thing that I've also never really had great success with, but might as well have it ready. Also, this guitar came with a pick guard. I might install it. We'll see. Soldering iron is hot. I'm a little worried about getting this connection so hot that it affects the pickup. I know right now people are screaming, "You're gonna mess up the finish." Relax. It's a $200 guitar. You're supposed to mess up the finish. I could put, you know, a paper towel down underneath this or something. But like I said, not a professional. Yeah. That's not making any headway. Let's try the screwdriver. I also have a file. This might take forever, but maybe the file. None of these attempts are feeling like I'm making any significant headway right off the bat. I guess I kind of have to just accept that I'm going to mangle the cover. There we go. Now it's popping loose. There we go. All right. I liked that. Is it going to come free from the pickup? All right. I'll take it out of the pickup ring. I didn't want to do it, but here I go. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to get humbuckers back in a pickup ring. It's weird to be in a place in my life where I'm filming myself talking, and I know every single little thing that I say and put in this video, someone out there will scrutinize and try to find fault with. Like, see, he doesn't know what he's doing. I can tell you that. I don't know what I'm doing. I have a lot of fun doing my trial and error thing. I have a lot of fun, you know, just doing trial and error. Lots of trials, lots of errors. It would have been so cool if this had just pulled out while in the pickup ring. I think it is wax potted, and the wax is holding it in. I don't want to bend it and mess it up. Commenters on the internet made this sound like it would be so easy. They would just pop right off. So far, that's not the case. So is it really just the covers that are causing the microphonic situation? Here we go. All right. Oh, it's kind of a handsome pickup. A mixed coil with a lot of wax going on. Wow. Let's take a picture of that. Why is it so microphonic if it's so full of wax? I could start a candle company taking these pickups out of guitars. Man, it's really not attractive, the amount of wax that's on here. Yikes. I pulled some wax off and the wrap on the edge started to come off with it. Is this going to be a bigger mess than it's worth? I mean, this is a good reason to do this video. Like, so many people have suggested this, but maybe I'm the first person to actually do it and find out that maybe it's not a good idea. It's just a good way to make a big mess and have an ugly pickup. I've seen people do posts over the years where there's been a heat wave and their house wasn't air conditioned. They find wax dripping down the front of their guitar because their wax potted pickups have just leaked everywhere. I'm not going to get too crazy with this. I just want to get some of these big chunks off the edges. I'm sure some tech in the audience has a recommendation on how to remove all this wax in a much more efficient way. That's a lot of wax that I chipped off that pickup just now. I kind of like the look of that pickup though. Two different versions of cream bobbins in the same pickup. There's something kind of quirky about that. Give that fresh waxed shine. Okay, is it still microphonic? If it is, there's really not any reason for me to take the cover off the neck pickup, right? Hello? Hello? Oh, that absolutely seemed to solve it. So why, when that thing had so much wax going on, why was it still microphonic? What is going on with these pickup covers? Is there just not enough wax getting in between the pickup and the top of the cover? Is that what's happening? So yeah, I guess it's totally worth it for me to take the cover off the neck pickup as well. I'll put this back. I'm sure it would be better for me to clean these pickups up a lot more, but I'm feeling lazy. I'll leave that to the next guy, which will probably be me. And he'll probably be angry at me when I get back into this and I'm like, why did you leave it such a mess, Ryan? Why do you hate me? It's amazing how many people will watch a video of some strange man in a garage talking to himself. That's you people right now. You're watching a video of a strange man in a garage talk to himself while he performs tasks. I'll have to check the YouTube stats later and see if that quote right there is right about when people clicked away from the video. Like, oh yeah, I should go outside. I should do something with my life. Or I should get back to work. Nah, you're going to keep watching, aren't you? You want to see what's underneath that neck pickup cover. Is it going to be another double cream? What if it's completely different colors? What do you guys think of that look? I honestly like that look. I think it's attractive. It's a little bit quirky, for sure. There's something really fun about that. Will this one be easier? Now that I know that it does pop off. Maybe I'll just have more confidence now. Yep, there we go. There we go. Could bust out a heat gun and warm this up and it might slide right out. But that could end in a mess I don't really want to deal with. I'd rather it just pop out. You're looking at a man on the edge of giving up. Maybe I can warm up the top with a soldering iron a little bit. It is a cold day by San Diego standards. So that wax might be a little extra hard. Aha! A full double white. Look at that. I'm not upset. But I am surprised that it's a double white. Here we go. Removing more wax. My favorite hobby now. Oh no, the tone wax! I've ruined the pickup. Oh, that's the ground wire. The ground wire got a little bit frayed. But it's still connected. I hope. This wax melts and spreads into the finish a lot easier than I thought it would. Maybe that's the source of the microphonic issues. Maybe the wax melts way easier than it should and you get a bubble forming. I don't know. This one theory I just pulled out of my ass. I think most people would be excited to open up one of these pickups and find a double cream or a double white bobbin underneath the covers. I'm not so sure most people would be excited about that, but I like it. I like quirky stuff. Of course, I could have left one of the microphonic pickups. It could have been a really fun effect to have. Maybe I'll do that on the Bad Cat if I get around to doing that. Leave one. And then have a stage guitar that can flutter with a switch in between, the note you want to have and just this wild screeching sound that no one wants to have. If you think I'm ruining this guitar by taking away its microphonic abilities, comment down below, "Oh no, you've ruined it!" Or something like that. I'll get the point. I'm going to go get a fresh towel to wipe this up. I'm not going to be able to get the wax off, so I'm just buffing it into the finish. Right now, some guitar tech is just screaming at his phone. Like, what the hell are you doing? What's wrong with you? This man has to be stopped. Now, here's a question before I restring it. Should I put the pickguard on there? It will require drilling some fresh holes. I do like the look of a pickguard, and now that there's so much cream going on, it all kind of connects. I've never actually installed one of these before. I want to do it. I want the pickguard. I've never done this before. New experience. A lot of new experiences in this video. Can we talk about how kind of dumb and weird the whole Les Paul pickguard setup is? This floating pickguard that has to be held up by an extra piece of metal, but because we're all used to seeing it, we're just like, oh yeah, that's normal. But if you actually sit and look at it and think about it, it's like they tried to do something and they're like, it doesn't really work, does it? We need to come up with this whole other bracket to hold it in place. But it's just become so common, and it's just what you associate with the build of the guitar that we all just accept it. It's kind of weird that you have this pickguard that's floating there and being held up by an extra metal clip. All right, time for strings. I've had this pack of Mikey Demas signature strings from Roto Sound sitting in my drawer forever. I got these at the first Thomann event that I went to, TGU 18, I think. So I've had these strings for 4 years. Not exactly fresh, but they did have a silica packet in there. Yummy, yummy. I don't actually eat silica packs, guys. I donate all my silica packets to a children's hospital so the kids can eat them and enjoy them. It's Christmas time, you know? These are 10s through 54s. I have a feeling they're heavier than the stock strings. I would bet that the stock strings were 9s. Mikey Demas is an interesting guy. I've got to hang out with him a couple times. He's like me. He is a guitarist that plays opposite of his handedness. I am a left-handed person. I write with my left hand. I do a lot of things with my left hand. I'm left-hand dominant, and I play right-handed guitars. He is a right-handed person. He writes with his right hand, and he plays left-handed guitars. Think about that for a while. How does that make you feel? These are going to be fat strings. The low is a 54. This is going to be a doom machine. I might have to lower the action. It's going to put a little bit of a bend on the neck. I guarantee you there's someone right now watching which order I put the strings on and taking down notes like, oh, there he goes, doing something wrong again. But that's the fun. That's the fun of these sorts of things, right? People sitting back, watching a video, making their judgments, making their critiques. Same as, we watch any form of entertainment. Movies, sports, whatever. Reality TV, we sit there and we watch and we judge. We like the way it feels when we judge. I'm certainly guilty of that. Probably an important part of human nature to judge and assess the skills and abilities of the other people around you. Figure out if they're useful to you, if you want to form a tribe with them of some sort. Uh-oh! Oh, man. I goofed something up. I think when I was prying the wax away, I pulled a lead away from the bridge pickup. Yeah, it comes in and out. Oh, I goofed it up. People make it sound so easy. Just pull the covers off. They'll pop right off. Oh, it'll be fixed. Just from pulling the cover off and removing, like lightly chipping away the wax. I've screwed something up. I'd have to take it all the way apart and get more of that wax away and get it really cleaned up to resolder whatever came loose. Jeez. Watch, it's going to be microphonic on the neck pickup now because it wasn't even working. it's still a little bit microphonic. It's nowhere near as bad as it was. I think it looks cooler now. Oh man. I do it so you don't have to, right? I think, my initial feelings right now in this moment is that if you want to get rid of that issue, for sure, then you're going to do a pickup swap. If you want to check out underneath your pickups and see if you've got any like cool bobbin colors, then you could do this for sure. But yeah, I'm going to have to replace that pickup because I'm just not going to do the work to resurrect it. And I've got, random humbucker pickups in a drawer over there. I'm not going to do it in this video. I'm done. I'm done filming this video. But yeah, that's what my experience has been like as a hobby level guitar tech, in big air quotes there. It's not as easy as random internet commenters made it sound. It's not impossible, that's for sure. Yeah, not bad. I do need to make an adjustment to the action, possibly tweak the truss a little bit to compensate for these heavier strings. But all in all, despite a few cosmetic issues and those microphonic pickups, this is a $200 guitar. And I think it's a great project starter for people. I had a little issue with a high fret that I found, somewhat of a remedy for by tapping it in a little bit harder, and then I raised the action. But yeah, I think these guitars are fine for, the home hobbyist techs and, the starting guitarists out there that want to try a Les Paul but don't want to spend a ton of money. I mean, always try to buy from a retailer that has a good return policy. I'll say that because quality control can drift a lot on these affordable import guitars. Just something to keep in mind. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude, nasty comments, support us on Patreon, and buy a shirt if you're naked, and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.